Hey Gemini, welcome to your December read. I just dropped my cards as I started playing, recording, whatever. Okay, it's December, guys. We're finally at the end of the year, and it's been 1 year since I started recording. It's pretty cool. So if you've been with me this whole year, thank you. But also, you've just seen how I've grown and doing my YouTube channel. And yeah, and how things have been going for you for the whole year. What are you doing for Christmas? Anyways, I love hearing about Christmas traditions. This year is going to be very weird for me this year. Because it's my first year as a single parent. So yeah, it'll be quite different for me. This area that I'm in is not the best. I am kind of squished into this corner. And the surface I'm using is a box lid. Don't ask. We're making do this year. We're making do. My office is full of like boxes for packing and boxes for Christmas stuff and things. So I couldn't sit in my usual spot. So we're kind of just making do with where we're at. And over there. So I'm using, guys, these three oracle cards for kind of the side cards. Ooh, that one needs to... Well, two. They need to come out, apparently. And I'm also using two different tarot decks. I'm not going to guess what they're called off the top of my head because I don't have the boxes in sight. And it's just too many to remember. But I have them all below. If you want to know which specific decks are what, just give me a comment and I will get back to you. Okay, guys, let's get jumping in. Your first card is balance. It's definitely been the year of balance. And by that, I've been saying that since the very beginning of the year. This is the year of balance. But I truly believe that that's where the universe, all the universal energies at the moment are pushing us towards trying to bring balance into our lives. And I feel like this is like what you're getting at the moment is another push towards creating this balance for you. I do feel like for those of us who are still trying to get there, it's kind of this time of year, I feel it's kind of this frustration of really not knowing which direction to go in. And that's okay. That's kind of meant to happen as well. The energies at the moment are supporting independence and freedom. And sometimes that comes from freedom of not knowing where you're going. It's kind of like, enjoy the ride. This is a roller coaster. This is a life story. This is not just, let's get everything we want now. And I'm not saying you can't have everything you want right now. But what I'm saying is, it's about enjoying the process too. Enjoying the journey. A new start is coming. That is your next card. It's really cool. A lot of the air signs are getting these similar energies. This card really does represent kind of that new beginning. I feel for air signs, you're kind of getting in this preparation ready for like that new year vibe of, you know, when you start kind of feeling like, this is what I need to do to get to this next point. So, for example, New Year's resolutions, we go, I need to do more of this. So you set this kind of goal of how you can achieve that. And I feel like this new beginning is like getting already into this mindset of kind of realizing that's what works for you. It's kind of having things that you wish to achieve and then working towards that. I feel like this is kind of an energy that you air signs are coming into. I feel like you're sharing that with Libra. So if you have Libra and Gemini in your sign, that's definitely could be something that's really in you very strongly during this time. Discernment. So that's what I was talking about. Kind of like that when we are going through transitions and changes around us, it can make you feel a bit kind of disconnected a little bit. I feel it can feel very uneasy as well. So it is normal to feel that way. I feel as though you cannot see where you're going, like so far into the future, and that can make you feel kind of discernment within your life. But we're not supposed to know, right? We listen to tarot because we want insights into the future, or we need guidance towards where we're going, and we're hoping there's little snippets of, is this going to work out? Please tell me. And when we don't get the answers that we're seeking, we feel disheartened. And I kind of feel that kind of energy at the moment. I have been feeling that myself in the last few months of, I just need to know whether it's going to work out or not. Or I need to know what I'm supposed to be doing next, and that kind of thing. Like if you cannot, if you can't do anything to move from that spot, so say you're waiting on answers or something, it can be like, oh, just give me a sign or something, please. Like, am I doing the right thing? When the right thing is just to be patient and just wait for things to reveal themselves, as frustrating as that is. I have Aries as my moon sign, so I'm not very patient, really. So I get very annoyed when things are taking their time, which, living in Australia now, I'm English, so I grew up in England, and everything's a little bit more fast-paced. So you get results, you get answers pretty quickly, depending on what it is. But in general, it's very fast-paced. And then you come to Australia, who are just so laid back, and everything's so slow. Or not everybody knows who's doing what, so you get passed on to a million different people. And that can be very frustrating for somebody who's quite naturally impatient and just wants things to be smooth and just work. Like, it's a system, so it should work. Why is the system not working? And I get frustrated with that. And that's kind of the feeling that I'm feeling with this, that kind of uneasy energy. Nothing will come of this situation. I do feel as though you're giving your energy to something that, again, you cannot get the answers for, that you're seeking, or that it's kind of just taking you away from the moment, like from what actually matters. So I feel as though if you're really focusing on something that's making you feel negative, and I'm definitely getting that because your first card is the Devil card, I feel like there's something toxic that is taking your focus, Gemini. There's nothing can come good of that situation. It is purely you wasting your energy on something that needs to be kind of let go of and dropped. The Devil card represents toxicity. It can be bad habits. It can be cycles and patterns. Maybe there is something like a way that you deal with things that can be toxic to you and your energy. I kind of get that vibe here from that. And it's about kind of changing that up, like acknowledging that and thinking, how can I process this? How can I do this differently? I do feel as though this may influence your relationships. Obviously, relationships can be with anyone, but I think kind of in love in general, this is coming through for me. I feel like it might influence your relationships in a negative way when you get into this kind of toxic way of thinking. So be mindful of how that can apply to you. I do get kind of a stubborn moodiness coming from this Devil energy. If you look at him, he is just not happy with anything. He is moody, and I feel like maybe this is the whole point, that whatever it is that's specific to you, I feel like it puts that negativity upon your relationships. So be mindful of that. You are paired with Two of Pentacles here, which is a really good sign for relationships. So I don't feel as though this is a bad thing for it. I just feel like it's saying be mindful of that something here is toxic to you and you do need to let it go. That's why we have that Devil energy. But the Two of Pentacles to me is a union that is happy, that's growing. So I do get this sense of good times. We are in the festive season, so it indicates that, you know, you're going to be having those good festivities. Loving that. There is kind of a, I mean, it's a pentacle, but it's, to me, is how my mind is interpreting this. It's kind of like a Star of David. Obviously, if you are a Jewish or if you are Jewish, this could be indicating for you the very good times. With family, I actually feel like very much getting down to ritualistic kind of celebrating there for you. I just, for some reason now, I'm seeing, like, you know, the candles. I'm not Jewish, I just love religion, and so when I learnt religious education in school, it's something that really influenced me. But yeah, I just kind of am seeing the lighting of it and this being kind of a very sacred moment. So I feel like maybe there's something there for you to, how can you make this extra for yourself, perhaps, that will, I mean, I do not understand these, like I said, I have not explored, but I feel like something to do with this Devil, Gemini, and to do with a ritual could really be like a releasing of something, letting go of something. Obviously, apply that to your faith as it makes sense for you. We have two cards as the crossing energy here, which is interesting. We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles reverse. So this Seven of Pentacles indicates success, reaching your goals, reaching your full potential, and really growing something. So I feel as though you'll be successful in an area that you're kind of wanting to, but it's paired with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like you need to not take life so serious. When that Devil card, I noticed seriousness. In this Eight of Pentacles in reverse, I kind of intuit it as needing to have a little bit more fun, kind of within our work mind. So I know a lot of people go, oh, this is all about career, this is that. When I say work life, I mean, we all have one, even if we're not working, because it's kind of like our fun and our work and play. So even if housework is your work, it's your work. But it's about not taking things so seriously in what your work is. And kind of, instead of being that kind of working bee that just works as hard as you can to get the results you need, I feel as though you need to have more fun in order to get the results you desire. Okay? But there's success there, and this is why I feel as though you should reap the rewards of your success as well. Now, that Devil energy leads us to the Two of Swords. I do feel as though there's a guard that you need to let down. I feel as though it's like the coming together of something is what's going to be the success of getting over something that's toxic for you. I feel as though actually you need to guard yourself from whatever this negative influence is. So if there is somebody or something that is toxic to you, it's like guarding yourself of that. And I feel as though you need to be proactive in that. This Two of Swords to me is getting use your tools in order to make this stay away, I guess. So make sure you are being proactive in that. I hope that makes sense how I said that. But I also get the sense of it like guarding it, of being like, this is now you saying enough's enough. Crossing energy from this one. So this to me is in regard. So you have that Page of Swords as well. So you have a few swords in your kind of energy moving towards row. Let me see, what's she giving me for you? I feel like somebody is an asset to you. So in terms of relationship, I do feel like your counterpart is an asset to you. And for you to realize that, I do feel like, again, finding the joy, like having fun and finding the joy in things, so like kind of getting the seriousness maybe even away from the relationship, and finding joy there. I do feel like this, it's like doing something you wouldn't normally do is what I'm getting actually here. I feel as though whatever has been your technique within your relationships, it's like shaking it up to maybe surprise your partner or surprise your friends, your parents, whatever it is that's like your significant others, because we don't always have a partner. But even if you are looking for relationships and you're dating, change it up and show your fun side, because Gemini, I feel like here we have a very seriousness to you. I feel like people need to see the more lighthearted, that childlike self that is in there. Interesting. Six of Swords. Okay. So I do feel like there's definitely something that is with you that needs to be shifted. Like an energy. I mean, if you are into rituals and things about kind of releasing and letting go of things, specifically as well, I kind of feel the need to say entities that could attach to you. So if you have an energy vampire surrounding you or something, I feel as though this could be what's making you feel like you're drowning. Because with this Six of Swords, it's very specifically like kind of trying to keep your head above the water. And I just feel like there's something here that's bringing me back to that Devil card. It's bringing me back to that idea where I saw about doing a ritual. So be mindful of that, of the energy of people surrounding you. Again, I do think if there is somebody who makes you feel really bad about yourself, or somebody that actually, I want to also say that somebody that makes you be your worst self as well. Maybe that you have a friend that's a negative influence on you, and you might like them, and they might make you, I don't know, like you're like, oh yeah, but I enjoy spending time with them, but I just become a bad person when I'm with them. Maybe that's influencing your relationships, and maybe that's the way you need to make a choice. And I would definitely say the choice is to kind of let that energy go, I want to say to you that you're not a teenager anymore. Obviously, that only applies to those of you who are not. But it's kind of like about making grown-up choices to have more fun in your life, and stop with the kind of things that influence your life in a more negative space. Interesting. I realise I don't have these cards for you yet. This crossing energy, we have the moon in reverse, so it's definitely like, it's like they're not seeing something clearly, something being hidden. This moon card in reverse can be shadows. It can be, again, not seeing clearly and needing to see something. And I do think it surrounds somebody and or influence to you. We're coming then to the Knight of Cups in reverse. And I just get this two sides to you. I feel like you, again, stop embracing the seriousness and embrace the good stuff. Enjoying yourself. I do feel as though with this Knight of Cups, there comes a change in routines, weirdly. I feel like this will change your mood and your attitude within areas of your life. I feel as though you've kind of been a stickler to something. Like, I wake up in the morning, I have my coffee, and I do this. It feels like that. And I just feel like you really do need to shake off the, this is how I've always done something, and embrace new. I don't know why I'm thinking that. It's your message. It's your messages, right? Interesting. But yeah, there's definitely somebody by your side, somebody with you, in good or bad ways. I can sense it in both ways. I feel as though you have both, someone who's good for you and someone who's bad for you. And again, it comes down to you choosing which you desire most. So in the future position, you actually have 3 cards. We have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so income of money, financials, abundance. It's coming up to the festivities, so it could do, you might be doing pretty well for Christmas and gifting, receiving. I definitely get the sense of you kind of feeling, it's like you're feeling that people appreciate you. You can feel the appreciation. King of Wands, that motivations, that's what I was saying in the beginning with this, coming into the new beginning. I feel like there's this new kind of drive of motivation, and with it's coming like with direction of you knowing where you're going, where you're going to, what you kind of want in life. I feel as though that's building within you, and it's coming with this dropping and releasing area. I feel as though it's just bringing out this kind of new energy in you that's more motivating and kind of giving you direction, which will move you from that discernment kind of feeling. I feel like that's coming, so have patience, as much as I hate to hear that myself. We then have the Seven of Cups in reverse, so I feel as though, again, making good choices is very wise for you. I do think you need to not rush into things, which is probably why I'm saying have patience a lot. I feel as though you might be easily influenced to take quick, rash actions to get the results you want, rather than taking your time to get there. And I feel like the guidance with this is to really be mindful that you're not just rushing into something. I feel if you rush into something, you're going to just be like not happy with the results, because you're wanting quality during this time. And this is what it's saying. If you want quality, have some patience. But I kind of get this sense, if the Seven of Cups was upright, I'm getting this influence of passion and drive, but it comes with making the right choices. And I feel like this is what it's saying in reverse. It's like a warning, like, not a warning, but like that's kind of small little text of warning saying, hey, just make sure you're making the right decisions, wise choices, take your time. Okay, guys, crystals that could be good for you during this time. Desert jasper, rose quartz, and lace agate. Okay, so we have adaptability. I do feel like you need to make sure that you are just riding the wave during this time. Have faith that where you're going is going to be kind of revealed in time, is what I want to say to you. Empathy, definitely more empathy in releasing this kind of some kind of bad habit of seriousness, and have more empathy for others who you care about. And again, that sort of came with that energy when I was saying about how I feel if you have a partner, they may be feeling as though you put something else before them. Have empathy towards that and realize, I feel like sometimes in relationships we don't 100% see our partner, especially if we have kind of conflicts with them. Mars is in retrograde, so it's normal that you will naturally have more conflicts than normal, perhaps even in relationships, especially in relationships. So it's like having empathy towards them and understanding why they feel this way. Maybe see it from, if you were them, how would it make you feel? That might help you come to a resolution. We have resolve. I do feel as though you are resolving a lot during that right now. I feel like you're going through a lot of personal growth, which comes with that up and down and waiting and all that jazz. So I feel as though things are being resolved. I feel like that crystal specifically could help you. Which was it? It was Desert Jasper. I feel like it will help ground you. It is a very... Jasper is very, very grounding. And I feel like that's what you need during this time, and to help you with, you know, patience and adaptability. So I feel like that would be very good for you if you're wanting to know what crystal to get right now. Desert Jasper. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm hoping to do kind of a Christmas bonus, maybe even go live. I've never done a YouTube live yet, but I'm kind of interested in doing so. It just depends how my schedule goes. I don't know what's happening with the children and their dad at the moment. So when I know, I'll know whether or not I can fit it in the schedule. So keep an eye out, subscribe so you get all the updates, and I'll see you next month. Thank you guys.